And then because of how I was before I even joined, shout out to the late, great Joseph Robert Booker Harris, a.k.a. Bozo. You talking about a motherfucker. Put it like this. The man that introduced me to the cardboard crease. Mm-hmm. You already know what the fuck, you know. Yeah. So,
explain what that is, so if folks don't know.
Well, I can show you better than I can tell you.
Go get your shit.
For those of y'all that don't know what the cardboard crease is, I got a pair of pants here, and then I ain't got my shorts, right? So the cardboard crease, right? Y'all see how that shit is?
So you gonna put on that right
there. Y'all see how that shit is? See how that is right there?
Razor sharp.
That's razor sharp right there. That's how us country boys do it. That's how our country boys do it, right? Now these
you make me feel bad because these
no.
I'm all self-conscious
So these are pants.
Fix that right there.
No, I got it. So these are pants. And then I do my shorts the same goddamn way, dog. I don't like when I know that I gotta go some goddamn where, right? No. It don't get no better than that.
I tell you.
Right? So, but see, this is what the fuck Bozo taught me.
Now you doing it now, or you still got some stay flow, or you turn them in?
No, I got stay flow.
Oh, shit.
Dog, hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. See? Come on now, Blue. Me and you country boys.
You still got the stay flow combo?
Dog. Ain't no this right here. Dog.
They don't know about that shit.
No.
Them soldiers be looking like they wear.
That is right there.
Soldiers like they wear pajamas now.
Right here.
Them uniforms look like pajamas. They don't know.
You know, y'all don't know. We used to starch our shit.
I be the used would look like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
We knew how to do this shit back in the day. While everybody else was out partying, going to the club, I was washing my shit, ironing my shit.
Yeah.
And then when I did go out with y'all or whatever, I didn't have to worry about. I didn't have to worry about. I used to laugh at everybody else on Sunday. Motherfuckers fighting over washers and dryers.
Yup.
And I always did my shit that fucking Friday.
Yeah.
Right? And I did it early because I already knew that your ass was coming and motherfucking Goldie and goddamn, who was that? Sergeant Matt? Oh my God. Remember that one time?
Which time? You dead? You sleep? Not enough to kill us.
No, not enough to kill us. I'm just like, wait a minute. Like,
Lord,
but it was just like, well, you came to see me. That's what the fuck we talked about.
Yeah.
And it was just like, not to say, well, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Today's soldier y'all really don't know. Y'all don't know.
They missed it, man.
Y'all don't know. And and I get it. You can't help when the fuck y'all was born. Okay? But I'm saying, and I will always say this. Mm-hmm. I would say from 77 going backwards, you got your ass whooped. Mm-hmm. From 77 going forward, I question. I really do. Right? Now, I mean, granted the fact that some of us didn't fall through the cracks. Mm-hmm. But considering if you down south, you got your ass whooped.
Yeah. You get tuned up.
You got your ass whooped. And then if your parents didn't get you, somebody in the neighborhood did.
Well,
or they told. And so, right to this day, like when I graduated high school, Bozo asked me, like, why you ain't never cut class? I said, because you know every fucking body in Little Rock, Arkansas. Mm-hmm. What I look like cutting class. Because if you didn't catch me, one of your friends did. Somebody was going to tell it. So I wasn't trying to catch that ass whipping.
No, man. And the thing is, my dad made a good point this last year, 4th of July. We have a big party, get the family out, 4th of July. And we make it a point to keep all them damn kids outside.
Yeah.
We get enough Gatorades and stuff. We got the bouncy house with the water slides and all this stuff. Yeah. I go inside about every other hour, round up all them damn teenagers, put them damn, if you're going to be on your phone, you can be on your phone outside.
Yeah.
So the whole day, we got games for them and stuff, just to be outside. You know, who is that over there? You don't know who that is, your great aunt. Go talk to her. Go say hi. You know, just like we used to do. You didn't cross by no elder and not speak to them. You don't walk in no house and not talk to everybody in there.
Yeah.
But we were out there, right? And the kids and we say that, you know, all they do is stay on their phone. They don't do shit. And I call them soft shoulder. All these kids rounded off at the shoulder with no muscles in their necks, no nothing, because they don't do shit.
Exactly.
But the thing is, who fault is it?
Yeah.
Because children keep getting born. Children ain't changed. We changed on how we discipline because we worried about what other folks say. We don't knock them upside the head in the store no more.
Yeah.
You know, you whisper to them. You don't. Well, if you show out, you got woe out. Remember that?
Yeah.
You cut up in the store. That's where you got it at.
And then what's so bad about it though? Like with me, with my grandbabies, I snatch them up. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no, you're not finna. But lady, you show your ass, I'm gonna show out with you.
Right.
Right? And so, like, my 8-year-old, right? I put in karate class because you need that discipline. Mm-hmm. You really need that discipline. Right? I mean, because motherfuckers like me and you, we too goddamn heavy-handed. How shit is today, you can't do that no more. You know, and like sometimes I'll be like, okay, it ain't the parents. Sometimes it's the laws that have been put in place. I'm gonna tell you what my mama did to my younger brother. That little fucker, right? He called the motherfucker like right when it was first started out, right? He called. And don't you know the motherfucker came out to the house? Right? And so my mama said, oh, y'all want this little bit motherfucker? Right? So she got a suitcase, packed this shit up, and handed it to them. And said, like, yeah, go on and take him and watch y'all bring him back in less than 24 hours. Right? And then she said, this my son. I'm going to beat his ass whenever I feel like he needs his ass whooped. Right? Because I would rather for me to beat his ass than for y'all to beat his ass. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, if y'all want to take him, go on and take him. Right? But just know, inside of 24 hours, y'all gonna be bringing his ass back. Right? And they were like, okay, Miss Harris, we got it. And then once they left, she beat his ass. You know, so so I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I just feel like if today's parents were really like, hey, look, beat your kid's ass, or I mean, because what the fuck taking a phone gonna do for them?
That shit means something to these kids.
I mean, yeah, I get you.
Big time. That's
I
like
I get you.
But you know what? But you know why you can't really do that shit to them no more? Straight up, they don't know. They don't know what to do with it. We had discipline for us, right? Was I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah,
Now go outside and play.
yeah.
You whoop their ass, they run to that phone or they run into the room. They don't know how to unpack it because that just don't happen now. They can't even talk to their friends about it.
Yeah.
Your parents did what to you?
Yeah.
You need to tell somebody. So everything is changing. I'm not saying it's right or wrong or whatever. You discipline your kids how you discipline. But I do wish at certain times I could have calmed myself down and handled it a little bit better. Twice, I put my hands on my kids and I was mad.
Yeah.
They fucked up. They deserved to get their ass whooped. But I wish I had to calm myself down because you can Pookie, you can talk to Pookie. Pookie, like I can count on my hands how many times I had to get him because he understood at a young age. Mm-hmm. I said, if you come tell me, we can figure something out.
Yeah.
Lying and stealing, non-negotiables.
Yeah.
You do one of those, it's automatic ass whooping, and we talk about it later, all right? But then every time I had to discipline that way, even my oldest son, it came down to this. I said, look, man. I said, let me tell you how stupid it is that I had to get a belt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You hit animals with this shit.
Yeah.
You whip animals because they can't comprehend, they can't understand.
Yeah.
And that's what you do, or they hard. I said, do you mean to tell me your thought process ain't no better than a fucking mule? Your thought process ain't no better than a dog? You can't tell me you didn't know that you was making a mistake. And then there became an understanding, right, that if no matter how bad I screw up, if I go tell my parents, I am gonna get in trouble, but it ain't gonna be no ass whooping. And I think that saves the parent and the child.
Yeah.
Because dude, hey, I was raised in the country and everybody got ass whooping, and we all mourned them ass.
Yeah, we just like say we all caught it. We all caught it.
There was some support in that, right?
Yeah.
I never felt like I got beat or abused because I got ass whooping, sister got ass whooping, cousin got ass whooping. It was universal, right?
Yeah.
So you get a whooping and you go outside, sit on the tree, everybody like, you all right? Hell no, look at my leg.
Yeah.
Damn, you won't do that shit no more. No, I won't.
Yeah.
And you move on from it.
Yeah.
There's nothing for them now. So when you do that to them, what do they do with it?
Yeah, they gonna go. Yeah,
they not even built the same way. So I can see now where it's like my grandkids. I think I popped my grandson one time, but he was like in a pamper or something. Like, stop.
Yeah.
I don't even think I had the energy.
Yeah.
And they're big. They're 7, they're 5, and they're 2. I don't even have the energy, and I feel like now. I wish the stuff I'm exercising with them. Yeah. I wish I'd have had a little bit more of that patience with my oldest son, especially. Me and that motherfucker. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, it was so bad. I can't remember how long ago it is now. So Marcus is in the Army. He in South Korea right now.
Oh, okay.
He in South Korea.
All right.
Man, I apologized to him one day. I got to thinking, it's me and my son been out fighting like we don't know each other. Yeah. And I had to stop myself because I was mad. Yeah. Finna break his fucking jaw because he wouldn't stop talking. Yeah. And he got to thinking, it's like, okay, yeah, he screwed up bad. All right. Because what happened was I was getting ready we were doing like a pre-deployment training. We was in Florida. Yeah. And what we would do is, if we finished up early, a couple of days early, whatnot, I had to bring back some gear. So I caught a flight. I came on home. I'm doing an inventory. And my wife called me and she said he did such and such and such. And he got in trouble at school. So I'm like, put him on the phone. Yeah. And I'm talking to him and I'm digging in his ass. Click. Oh, yeah. He think I'm in Florida. Yeah. I'm at the team room. I'm 20 minutes away. I told my boy, I said, I'll be back. I gotta go home. And I got out my uniform and put on workout clothes. Yeah. I go to the house. He hear the truck. He runs in the bathroom, try out. He taking a shower. I tore all that shit off the hinges. Yeah. Brought his ass out there, damn near half-ass naked. I went to wearing his ass out. Scared my wife so bad, she grabbed my hoodie and yoked me. Told his ass to run. Yeah. I sent him to my partner house. I'm like, you go over there. I called him. I said, he coming over there. Put his ass in the basement. Yeah. 2 days later, I put him on the plane and sent him back to Atlanta to his mama. Yeah. Worst mistake I ever made, man. Yeah. And I regret it because that was an opportunity for me to be like, look, all right, grab your son, figure out why the fuck he feel like he can cuss at his stepmom.
Yeah.
Why does he feel like he can cuss at his brother?
Yeah.
Or that he don't have to do his work?
Yeah.
There had to be something else there, but I missed that opportunity because I'll never complain about how I raised, but I know one way. You do some shit like that, we gonna rectify that and we can talk later. But when you get a kid that'll fight you like I'm just talking about straight up, dude.
Yeah.
Marcus is smart. He don't give a damn. He'll knuckle up. He tough as hell. So
pretty much like how my boy was.
yeah. So now I go back now and I look at it, right? Was a hard hand beneficial for him?
Yeah.
Because he ain't that kid that know how to absorb it.
Yeah.
Much like these kids now. These kids, their mentality is like, I got my ass whooped for messing up. But most of them now is like, they gonna turn to that.
Yeah.
And look for sympathy on that damn,
but you know what though, Blue? Like how we grew up, right? You know, not to say that our sons didn't respect us, because they did, you know, but it's like, you know, shit changes.
Yeah.
You know, and so like with my son, but you know, ain't it like somewhat of a passage where that you could be like, I gotta try dad just to see where the fuck I'm at.
Not for me.
I mean, but you know, I hear you,
nah.
but you know, but
I know what you mean though.
I mean, because
you start
like
smelling yourself.
but you know, it's just like
you
now,
think you tough.
like now with Bozo, you know, if it was like just head up, no. But the fuck, you know, but it was like, it was the argument with him and my mom. So I'm just like, okay, I gotta get you because you fucking with moms. You know, it never was a like, hey, go do this. And then I was like, okay, you know, whatever the fuck the case was, right? You know, and for the most part, right, it's so like with Kylan, right, you know, my blood doesn't flow through his veins. But I had him ever since he was 2. Right? And so they're like, yeah, he tried me. You know, and then, you know, it was like he tried me twice. And so I just bear hugged his ass. I had him like this, right? And I'm just like, look, every time you hit me, it was like a boa constrictor.
Yeah.
Right? And then Rochelle looked at him, and then when she saw his eyes roll back, and she's like, let him go.
Yeah.
Right? And then I let him, and he dropped. And then there was that other time, right, you know, he kind of got me. He caught me, right? But then I was just like, hey, look, you're not finna do this. Because this is where the fuck you stay, right? You whip my ass, guess what? You gotta go.
You gotta go.
Right, you gotta go, right? And so it was like, so even right to this day, right, you know, we had that understanding, you know, and then it's just like when he got into that little bit of trouble and he got out and he come to me, he like, I wanna go to school. So I'm like, fuck you wanna go to school for? What you gonna do? Right? But then even then, right, I was telling them, I said, look, if you're gonna go to school, right, get you something. And I told him, I said, look, out of all the professions that you can ever have, motherfuckers, they gonna want their hair done or hair cut or they gonna want to eat, right? And so I just say, now, if you can conquer those two, you'll never be broke.
Right.
So I transferred all my shit to him, right? And I said, you better do what I want you to do, or what you want to do.
You gave him your post 9/11?
Hell yeah.
See, that's some shit a father do.
Yeah, and so
That's why I'm telling you, don't bypass that, man.
yeah, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying, don't bypass that. Don't
Yeah.
you
So
ever
so he
discount your
so
shit.
like right now, he's a licensed barber, and he's a motherfucking chef.
That's what a father do for his son, man. That's why I'm
You
like,
know?
I know you say his blood ain't gotta flow.
No, he belonged to me, as far as I'm
That's
concerned.
you, that's yours. Yeah.
Yeah. He belonged to me,
Right.
as far as I'm concerned. You know, but it's just for the simple fact, I looked at it. I mean, because you know, everybody was telling me, "Hey, Sarhan, once you go to school," I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm not going to school. I'm retired. I'm finna retire, right?
Right.
I ain't gotta do this shit no more." So I want to make sure that my boy,
Yeah.
that he got the best foot where he can really go out there and get it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, go do what you got to do.
Right.
Right? And so, right there, they're in Dallas, Texas. He got both of his babies with him.
Good. Good.
Right? And just like I say, now, great the fact, yeah, he a licensed barber, he a licensed chef, but guess who the fuck he worked for?
Who?
Goddamn General Motors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, damn, okay. You doing the damn thing. So it is like, even if it's so, I'm just looking at the simple fact, okay, because he's like, to my understanding, he's like one of them folk that he really look at shit. Like, as far as like the engines or whatever the fuck, he up there. And so,
good, man.
and so I'm just like, okay, all right. But he still got it. So if that shit falls through,
Yeah.
he go cut hair, or he could be a chef.
Well, that's where it started. When you go
Yeah.
to school, man, this is one thing I didn't realize, right? School ain't hard. It's an active discipline.
Yeah,
And if
exactly.
you can stay there long enough to get a degree or certification, whatever, that's kind of like the school bug, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I did that one. What's next? So
Yeah.
I don't think, it's not uncommon. Okay, he's a barber.
Yeah.
He's certified chef. He do
Yeah.
all that stuff. And then now you got the school book and you got options.
Yeah.
What's the next thing? Because
Yeah,
the one thing we can all keep doing as we get older, like I'm enjoying learning, man.
Yeah.
I never thought. Only reason I made it through school because I wanted to play ball.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that held girls and ball held my attention. That's it.
Yeah.
So now I'm reading, learning new stuff, and it's like, why didn't I have the capacity for this shit when I was 20?
Yeah, but you know what though, and then this is just me talking. Because I find myself thinking that same shit. You know, and I could be wrong, but you know, I look at it now and it's like, okay, you learn what, and then I always believe in the higher power. So I just feel like, okay, so look at it like this, right? If we was, not to say that it wasn't there for us, because it was. But I just feel like that at the time, considering how we grew up, right? You know, it was always like football, basketball, boxing, or being a rapper. And then if you couldn't do that, you on the corner selling drugs.
Yep.
Right.
In that order.
You know, so it was almost like, okay, this is what we had, right? Because motherfucking talking about being a lawyer, being a doctor. At that, how we grew up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not to say that it wasn't there. It was there,
but you didn't
right?
see it.
But
Who
it
did
was,
you know that was doing
it?
that?
It was just like, okay, look, this is what the fuck you had.
Yeah.
The older generation were always paved the way. Just like motherfuckers, they broke down. Put it like this, like our parents paved the way for me and you.
Mm.
And then we took the ball and we ran with it.
Right.
We cleared the way. Now we got kids. We're both grandparents now. Right?
That's crazy.
And so, yeah, it is. Considering what the fuck we did. I mean, I'm just saying. You know, I mean, think about it. All this shit that we did in Germany.
Grandparents.
I'm just like,
I'm somebody granddaddy.
yeah. So I'm just like, okay, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
how'd that happen? But it, you know, it all goes back to when you came to see me. Because beforehand, I never actually really thought about it. I was just like, okay, oh well, it is what it is. Right? And that's why before you came here, I talked to my wife about you as if your motherfucking ass was Samuel L. Jackson. I was like, this motherfucker that's coming, look, ain't nobody better. Right? So for the most part, like, I look at what the fuck that we did. Mm-hmm. And for us, because we grandparents now.
Yeah.
20 years ago, me and you both would say, man, fuck that.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it.
You know, you don't, I mean, you don't think about it at the time, but here it is. I'm 52 years old, man. I'm 52. I'll be 53 in April. And honestly, I feel like I'm in better shape now than what the fuck I was in the Army. You know, but the thing about it though is this. I can actually like not to say motherfuck my career, but I'm just talking about my whole life in general. Before I joined the Army, I was in community groups. 1995, I went to I went to Washington D.C. I went to the Million Man March.
Sure.
Because I wanted to be a part of history. I wanted where like, now, I don't know if it's in the history books, but if it's not in the history books, it should be. And then I did that because I wanted my son to read about the Million Man March. I wanted my grandbabies, especially that one in there, right? When she acts like, when she get, you know, I don't know how they teaching history now, right? But then whenever she actually really start, when history actually really gets real tough. Mm-hmm. I hope and pray that they actually already talk about the Million Man March. And I want my granddaughter, they come to me and say, well, Papa, or they don't call me Papa, they call me Pop Pop,
No,
right?
okay.
So I want my granddaughter to like come home one day and say, hey, Pop Pop, I learned about the Million Man March, and where that I can say, you know what, your Pop Pop was there. Your Pop Pop was there. You know, it's just that to actually really be part of something
Right.
that at the time, because that was 30 years ago. And then right to this day, all what the fuck that I can tell you, that was the most beautiful thing that I ever witnessed. I mean, to
Damn, 30 years.
to get on a bus and to go from Little Rock, Arkansas to Washington, D.C. and listen to Minister Farrakhan. And then I done met every motherfucking body possible. I saw Ice Cube. I saw Cedric Entertainer. I saw all the motherfuckers. They were there. Right? But to listen to what Minister Farrakhan had to say on that particular day, and then for me to come back here to Little Rock, Arkansas, and then I was on the motherfucking radio station. And so basically they asked me, well, how was it? And all what the fuck, even right to this day, 30 years later, all what the fuck that I can tell you. It was beautiful. Think about it. 1,000,000 black men. Wasn't no fucking violence. Wasn't none of that shit.
Well, it show you it can be done.
Yeah. So, but you know,
it can be done, man. You know.
And then, not too long after that, I raised my right hand and had the greatest job in the world. You know, it don't get no better than that. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, it's just like, look, we all have our path to success. Ain't no one goddamn way. But what I did to go to Washington, D.C. and actually really walk the steps that Dr. King walked on and say, hey, give us our just due. Right? And here it is, 30 years later, we're still fighting for our just due. Right? It's you know, I'm just like, okay, what the fuck? What the fuck is the problem? And then even when I was in the Army, I was the EO rep. And one of my greatest classes ever, right? Because I got tired of hearing I got tired of hearing nigga this, nigga that, nigga the other, right? So I went to the top. I said, look, I need an EO class, right? And I made sure that I got a white soldier, right? And I got an easel board, and I wrote the word nigga as big as I could write it, right?
Yeah.
And I just said, okay, and you know how I do things. Right. You know how I do shit, right? So I was just like, you know what? I'm Sergeant Harris. I'm the EO rep, and this is what the fuck we finna talk about today. And then when I turned that goddamn easel board around and they heard the word, and they saw the word nigga as big as I could write it, and then I had that soldier go on and say it. Ain't shit finna happen to you. And then he didn't want to say it. I'm like, you gonna say it today? And then I did clips. I said, do y'all even know where the fuck the word nigga come from? Right? And then I played that one clip what Richard Pryor said when he went to Africa. And he said, look around. What do you see? And he said, I see all people doing everything, right? He said, so the voice said, do you see any niggers? And he said, no. He said, because you know why? Because there aren't any. Right? And so he said, it hit him like a shot. He said, so he was in Africa, right? He said, yeah, I've been here 3 weeks. I haven't even said it. I haven't even thought it. And it made me think, oh my God, I've been wrong. I've been wrong. I got to rethink my shit. He said, I would never call another black man nigger. And then if you actually really paid attention to Richard Pryor's work after he said that, he never said the word nigger in any of his content after the fact.
And then you know that.
Because, it's just like, and for me, right, being the EO rep that I was, regardless of battery, I had not one incident. Not one. Because I showed them. I put that shit in their face.
Yeah.
Right? If you gonna call me nigga, you better have a damn good reason why.
I mean, you took the power out of that shit.
Yeah, I did. So that's all what put like this. They was about to kick me out of the motherfucking class. Because I asked them, I said, okay, regardless of color, what else do you see? We all human beings here. Right?
I was talking to Ryan Reeves, the guy I did his podcast.
Okay.
Ryan was like, it's two wolves.
Yeah.
One is hateful, one is full of love. Which one is the strongest? Which one is the strongest?
Ooh, the one with the love. That's what I would say.
The one that you feed the most.
Yeah. So
if you feed hate,
yeah,
you get a hateful ass
but
wolf.
you know what though? I'm gonna tell you this. Time though, right?
Well, dude, that's my intent. It's like I want to talk to my friends. I think I have cool friends.
Yeah.
I think we all got cool ass
Yeah, we
friends.
do. We can talk. We like really.
We've been up here over 2 hours now, and we just barely
scratch the motherfucking surface.
So the thing, if I think we all got we got interesting stories to tell, and we've all had to do this thing as far as leaving the military. Whether we did 20,
our
whether you
story
did 4,
needs to be told.
That's the
point
thing.
Blank.
I don't think people understand like
what we went through
and that drop off.
Yeah,
that drop off at 20 plus years of doing something and having that structure. There's a period, man. So that's my intent with this, man. Like I appreciate you taking the time. I know it kind of last minute.
Oh fuck that, dog. I'll listen. If it's one thing that I love more than anything else is to actually really to tell my story as a 21-year Army veteran.
Oh yeah.
Hell, I wrote a book about it.
We go. What's the name of your book again? For the
AR 670-Harris, My Life in the United States Army.
And where can we get it at?
Amazon.com. Just type in book by Curtis Harris. Go pick up your copy. And just know that life after AR 670-Harris is already done. Once I get me a publisher, that book will be out real soon because look, once you tell a story, right? Mm-hmm. Then here comes the next question. Okay, what the fuck are you doing now?
And that's what I think people need. Like the guys who, I tell people this. If you really think about it, the Army was easy.
Yeah, it was.
They told you
the easiest part of my life.
What to do, where to be.
Yeah.
They gave you all the instructions you needed. But man, you know my wife had to explain to me how health insurance worked when I got out.
Really?
Bro, I was, I got a full-time job now. I got health insurance. She like, do you have, I said, I don't fucking know. I signed up for it. So I went to the doctor And I was gonna go to the VA. She like, well, instead of going through that, why don't you just use your work insurance? I said, she said, you probably got, dude. You know, I had to email the HR,
Really?
figure out how to get my card.
Yeah.
I had never used a civilian health insurance card in my life. Now I not graduated. I retired in 2019.
Yeah.
I just did that last year for the first time.
Wow, yeah.
Because I had been in San Antonio. I just go to Lackland to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I didn't know, man. When I tell people, it's like it was a gap of, and there was a space in my life that was filled by the military, and all I had to do was show up and do my best.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all, and that's all they asked me to do was do my best. To get out, and people won't admit it, we were spoiled to a certain extent. Not spoiled. We know how to work hard.
Yeah.
But when it comes to all this extra shit, none of it.
But you know what though, Blue? I gotta tell you this. Before we moved into this house, we was over in Little Rock. And I was really like going through it. You know, I mean, because when I was in Texas, because the plan was this. I had got tired of the Army. Mm-hmm. I really did, because at that particular time, it got too political, right? You know, motherfuckers, you know, they didn't give a shit about the uniform, especially some of the female soldiers. They didn't give a fuck about the uniform. And then they really wasn't about their life. So I got out. And so the plan was this. I get out, go get me a job so I could actually really stay busy. Mm-hmm. So my first job, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go work for the cable company, right? And I was good until that one goddamn day. I never get it. Because they wanted everybody, you know, you had to be in at 7 o'clock. So they give you a tablet, right? You know, you get your assignment, you get your equipment, then out the door you go, right? So I get there at 6:45, right? How about everybody just hanging out in the motherfucking parking lot? And so Sergeant Harris kicked in, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, why are these motherfuckers out here in the parking lot? And so for me, right, I was like, Sergeant Harris had kicked in. So I'm finna chew some ass, right? So I was like, so this is what the fuck we do. We just hanging out in the parking lot, right? So I was like,
they probably get you like, what the hell?
So I hurried up and parked, right?
Yeah.
And I'm finna chew ass.
Yeah.
And then it dawned on me, was like, hey, motherfucker, you ain't in the Army no more. You gonna tell that to them? They gonna look at me like, motherfucker, what's wrong with you? So I was like, so I had to hurry up and calm down. Mm-hmm. Right? And so they was like, what's wrong, Kurt? I said, don't fucking talk to me. I really did. I told him that, right? And so after I calmed down, you know, then the guy, you know, we get our tablets and then we get what the fuck we got to do that day.
Right.
And so, so the guy, he always talked to us. He's like, anybody got anything to say? So I just say, hey, look, let me say something. And so I was like, look, I apologize. What the fuck I was gonna do to y'all? You know, and so
they don't even know what was coming.
They didn't even know what the fuck. So they were like, what the fuck? I was like, look, I'm finna chew all you motherfuckers. I'm finna chew out all of y'all.
Standing around.
Y'all just standing around not doing shit. Yeah. Right? And so I just told him, like, so the head guy, right? Uh-huh. He was retired. But he been retired like about 15 years. And so he like, Kurt, okay, I got it. Right? But just know, like, look, I know you just got out, you trying to fill that void. Right? And so anyway, right? I get my assignments, right? I go to this one house. how about this house is like this, motherfucker like this trash.
Yeah.
Like really. Yeah. And then the female, all her rugs, she got like 3 rug rats just running around the place. And then she got one on the way. Right? Mm-hmm. Got booty shorts on. I'm like, okay, here we go. Right? And then here come the little kids, they asked me the same goddamn question. And so I be like, will you like shut the fuck up? Like this, let me do my damn job.
Yeah.
So I did the job. Right? And then I tell you the one job that I had to do that I was just like, you know what? I had to leave it alone because it was I want to say it was Hewitt, Texas. I forget where it was at, right? But retired, he was either like retired doctor, retired lawyer, whatever. Big ass house, beautiful house, right? But his daughter, right? 20-year-old daughter, right? Mm-hmm. She home for college. Ain't got next to nothing on, right? So he come to me like, Mr. Harris, I got to go up the road right fast. So if you need anything, ask my daughter. Blue, I heard up and changed that shit out. I didn't check shit worth a damn. You hear me? I didn't check shit worth a damn. I'm just like, I told her, I was like, look, if the shit don't come in, call them, right? Because I already knew.
I'm getting the hell out of here.
No, because all what the fuck she got to do is say it, and I'm motherfucking guilty.
Yeah.
Right? And so after that, I told him, I said, look, I can't work for y'all no goddamn more, right? And so like, what happened? Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it. They'll be calling you. They gonna send somebody out to the house to really fix that shit.
Yeah.
I left it and then I worked at HEB. And the manager, right? He was tired first sergeant. Mm-hmm. And then how about he done got all of his other motherfuckers, and I'm like, this motherfucker interviewing me like I'm at a goddamn promotion board.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, okay, here we go again. You know, and then once I got back here, mm-hmm. I worked at Amazon. And so they put me in the department, you know, like, okay, where the shit come off the truck. We open it up and then we pass it out and then it go where it's supposed to go. So what I did was I made sure that whatever these motherfuckers brought off the truck, I put it out for the people to scan it and then they take it and then it go where the fuck it go. Right. And so for the few months that I was there, we was number one in the goddamn country because of me. Blue, I would beat the elevator up to the 5th floor. Okay? Just to bring shit, you know, I was like, if a shit was up on the 5th floor, yeah. I would run, I could get the buggy and I could have rolled the elevator up, right? But, I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to stay in shape. So I would beat the motherfucking elevator up there. I'm waiting on the shit to come up, right? So I'm number one. And so they was like, okay, well, I already know. It's because of me. Right. So they give me a motherfucker, right? How about this bastard don't even know how to work a pallet jack? And so I'm just like, the fuck are you doing? So again, Sergeant Harris come out, and so
that was it.
so here come the supervisor. Kurt was. I'm like, that bastard right there. How come he don't know how to look? Don't bring me no motherfucker that don't know how to work shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like, so, you know, I tried to bottle up Sergeant Harris, right? But you bring me old ignorant bastard, Sergeant Harris ain't got no other choice. So I'm just like, look, if y'all can't bring me nobody that don't know how to work, don't bring me no goddamn body.
Yeah.
And so I left that shit alone. You know, and so I ain't worked since. And so basically what I do right now, I look at what the fuck is on the news, what the fuck YouTube got, and then I make my shows. And so
And what's your YouTube channel?
Harris Martindale.
All right, yeah,
You know, so it's you know, so for me, right, I just like, okay, I'm not, I mean, great the fact I don't talk about everything. You know, for the most part, you know, I gives a damn about what the fuck Kim Kardashian doing or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually really like with the government shutdown, like the shit what I did. I said, well, okay, it's lunchtime, motherfuckers, you know, and I'm eating, and I'm just like, okay, I eat because, God damn it, I got up off my ass and worked.
Right.
And so for me, right, but if I actually really thought, okay, and so with you, right, you served just like I did. So you know. But then you went, I was just like, okay, let's just look at it like this, right? We all in the motherfucking water in a sense. But motherfucker, you went you went down to the abyss. You know, because you did that special forces shit, right? I'm just like, okay. I'm just like, I just so like for the longest, I'm just like, cause I heard from you, and then I didn't hear from. I was like, okay, I hope this motherfucker ain't dead nowhere. So but when you brought your ass back up, like I'm like, okay, I'm good. But then you explained to me what you did. So I was like, okay, I got it. My boy, he good.
Yeah.
So it was like, I was like, damn, okay. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. Don't you go no goddamn where. Right? Because you my boy, you my brother.
I got you, man.
Love you to death. Like, no bullshit. So you and Goldie,
We gotta get.
and then Top.
We gotta have a reunion.
Yeah, and then Top, like, I really thought, but then you remember that shit what Goldie did, right? I don't think you was there. Goldie brought me over to his house. I think it was me and who that? Right? And it was like two, 3 other motherfuckers, right? So that motherfucker, he called me up like, hey, look, I'm gonna throw some shit on the grill, right? So I'm thinking this motherfucker, he finna throw some shit on the grill, right? So this motherfucker, he come and pick me up, right? And so already over there, right? And so we sitting there. I'm like, okay, motherfucker, when you gonna throw some shit on the grill, right? So, and Goldie here tell you this. That motherfucker, I don't know who the fuck was grilling. But that motherfucker, he got the bowl and them damn forks and shit.
Yeah.
He done went over there and snatched some shit off of somebody else's grill. I was like, dog, what you doing? Right? Dog raising all kind of hell. You laughing because you know Goldie would do some shit like that.
I missed that one.
He did that shit. I'm like, damn, Goldie, really?
Man. Oh.
Yeah, Goldie was a motherfucker, dog. I was just like,
man.
but I was just like,
We gotta hit him up. I'm telling you, we need to do a reunion because I know me, Philip,